Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Brad Kilgore here from America's Best Shops with another fun episode sharing how AI can save you time in your business. I'm here with my friend Laura Southerly. How are you today, Laura?
Doing great. I am really excited about this episode. I think all small business owners would love to have some time back.
Very good. Great to see you. So, our subject today really is when you're using AI tools or you're starting to use them, wherever you're at, think about it. Are you using it just as a tool for yourself, for example? Are you using it more to do things with your team to streamline and automate things? And the end result, is it saving you time or do you want it to save you time? So that's what we're going to jump into today. We feel that people are at different stages of how they're utilizing AI tools, AI systems, full AI automation programs. There's a lot that goes into it. And like I say, we're just going to break it down of how it works for you. I think a lot of times people start out just using it as a tool for themselves because they're getting their feet wet, so to speak. Would you agree with that, Laura?
Which is great because then you get that comfort level. You see what it can do. It makes you feel you get that freedom. And then now there's another step you can take it.
That's exactly right. So when you're first learning it, take the time to learn the simple ways of using AI tools, whether that's ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude Cowork, Grok. I mean, the list is long of all the different tools, but get your feet wet, figure out what it can do for you personally, and then find ways to really ramp it up because it in the end game is it's moving so fast when it comes to these updates and what AI can do for you is once you're kind of got the learn the ropes from there it's just insane what you could do to really ramp things up for your team. And if you think about it, your team members aren't somebody you're just trying to replace. You are intending to make their lives easier, to save them time. Because if you think about it, if you're saving 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes there, and your team is now saving 15, 10, whatever the case may be, because you have built something out or had something built out that now streamlines things for everybody. At the end of the day, now everybody has more time for actual production work, whether that's in the repair bay, if that's learning more about AI tools, more face to face with your customers because you're not racing around with like a chicken with no head because you're overwhelmed. You can breathe a little bit. You're like, okay, yep, that's happening now. My system is doing that for me. So now you have a little bit more face time with your customers where you can be happy, smile, do things to retain them, and that type of thing. Do you have any feedback on that, Laura?
I agree because there's even think about offering kind of updates as to whatever you might be working on. And as you're more and more comfortable with AI, think of those could be automated updates. And so what used to take a lot of time regarding as to this is where we're at in the build or this is in the where we're at in the repair, AI can assist with it might be even you get tongue tied as to what you want to say or write, even using AI to help you with those messages can get you 5 to 10 minutes back per project, and that adds up.
Yep, that's exactly right. Think about different ways that AI could save you time. And we're going to keep it pretty basic today. There are certainly some more advanced ways of going about these things. But a lot of times people are like, okay, well, how do I start? Or I've started, but now what do I do with it? There's a lot of different things. Laura and I were talking earlier about, business owners in general. A lot of times they're in meetings, they're on Zoom calls, they're on Google Meet calls, all these different things and they're trying to take notes and they're trying to keep up. Like, okay, I got to retain what we're discussing here, and then maybe I got to make sure I'm on with this person, but I got to then relay it to my team members or my assistant that's not here today or couldn't be on this meeting or my other staff members that are busy doing other things. But there's a lot of different AI tools. Some are free, some are paid that can then save you time by transcribing recording, giving you AI overviews. I know the one I use the most, I've probably used it for over years called Read. And that one's a lifesaver for me because I'm on Zoom calls a lot. And when it's all over, when the meeting is over, I didn't have to sit there with pen and paper or try to type out the notes because it did it all for me. And when I'm done, I then get a report. It shows me the overview, it shows me the highlights. I can go back to specific parts on the video because it's showing me where was that discussion at. And then I can also have it go to my customer who was on the call with me or whoever else was on the call. I can share it with a team member, that type of thing, to where it saves so much time. And I know there's a lot of other ones that Laura's used. I know also that there are different free ones. Like, for example, if you use Google Meet, which is built right into Google Workspace, they have some newer AI tools that will basically record and transcribe and give you details and summaries afterwards. Have you looked at that one, or do you have any other ones you use, Laura?
I use Fathom, but also now Zoom offers their own AI solutions, which makes it nice. And to your point, if you're using Google Meet, it's nice that that summary is emailed out to all the participants. But I have found that I'm able to really listen within the meetings. To your point, I'm not having to spend time writing everything down. I can review that summary and add my input after the fact, but I feel like I'm able to ask follow-up questions and really be engaging in the meeting instead of trying to remember, did I write that factor, a little thing that I needed to write down. So it really, to me, helps productivity within the meetings.
Right. It keeps you present in the meeting, and you're really not, you're more paying attention to what's being said right then, not so much worried about what was said 10 seconds ago and you're trying to write it down. I really like that aspect of it. Some other things you could utilize AI for is it's tenfold. I mean, there's so many things, but think about social media. You know, you can create and automate so much of your social media, your blog content, even now video, whether you're creating video shorts, whether you're using AI tools to edit your videos. You know, we're using a tool right now to make our show. It's called Riverside, and it has so much AI baked into it where it will do a lot of the heavy lifting for editing. But if you're just doing something simple, one thing that we've been experimenting with, it literally just came out this week, is I'm a big proponent of Notebook LM, and Notebook LM has so many different features. You can create so many different things, whether it's infographics or videos or slideshows or what have you. But they have a new piece on there called where we'll create shorts for you. So when you're using Notebook LM, if you recall, you put your sources in there. So let's say this particular notebook is about your company. You're training it using your website or any documents or any any written or video content or whatever about your company, your YouTube channel. You can put all that in the sources in Notebook LM. So it's pretty much the brain of your company. It knows who your company is. But now with this new feature, you could create explainer videos and cinematic videos on some of the higher end plans. But now what they just rolled out is shorts, where you can create a video short literally by clicking a button, creating a or using a specific source about your company, whether that's a blog post that you created, whether it's a specific page on your website. You don't have to pull in all of the sources. You can literally use one or two or however many you want to then create a short. It is somewhat simplistic at this point, but it gets the job done. I was actually pretty amazed of what it created. So then you could download that, put it up on YouTube, put it on your Facebook or Instagram pages as reels. And it's just another one of those things where it will save you time, it will save your team time, and it's things that you can hit the button and go, come back after lunch, go, yep, there it is, looks good. Away we go. Any thoughts on that one?
I think that is a great nugget that you're providing small business owners because, again, video seems to be intimidating, and yet it is a huge business asset that small businesses can put out there as their customers and clients are searching. It can give you the traffic that while they're hunting for a solution to their problem, if you put a short out there that leads to another video that will give more explanation, it just again drives traffic to your business because you provided answers. And so if you stop and think, okay, now this is a more simplistic way. I know that I trained my Notebook LM with my business information. Wow, think how simple that'll be. Again, you don't have to use them all. They're not going to be 100%, but it really takes that friction to such a low point that there isn't friction for you to go ahead and make shorts. You're not having to open up some of these massive softwares that we used to use for editing videos. So it's again going to only get better. So what Brad was saying, it just really rolled out this week. I think we're going to see advancements there in leaps and bounds.
That's exactly right. There's some other new things with the combination of Nano Banana 2 with Gemini, Omni. I mean, we were not even going to go down that road because, again, it's so new. I'm barely figuring it out myself, but we're seeing so many new things come out to where creating video, creating images, all these things are becoming easier to do for you or your team, but also less expensive to do because they're
Mhm.
able to bring the prices down on these things. What other thoughts do you have, Laura, as far as, streamlining things where you're using your team?
But one thing I'll go back into the Notebook LM because, as you said in previous episodes, it's a great place to do training because of the things that you mentioned. So, since they have the versions of flashcards, different team members learn in different aspects. So, you'd have the flashcards, you could do the videos, now the shorts, you have where it can be an audio with the podcast. So, if somebody needs to be listening to something, so if you're not wanting to put things out publicly, consider using Notebook LM as an area that you can train your team. If we're looking at AI as a tool versus AI as part of your team, I think connectors. And I know that was something that you wanted to mention today, Brad, that now, and when we're using it as a tool, we're copying, pasting. We might be asking ChatGPT or Gemini to provide us something, and then we take that information and we paste it somewhere. If we now look at connectors, it can start doing some of the heavy lifting for us, and that is a tremendous give back of time if you're not copying and pasting and it's moving things closer to maybe drafting any replies to your email. So I'll let you go into a little bit deeper because you were mentioning that earlier about the connectors they can look at.
Well, connectors just basically ties software together. So whether you're using a specific CRM or a specific project management tool, specific editing tool, whatever it is, you now have a lot of different ways, some simple, some advanced, of how you can make these softwares talk to each other to again streamline, save time, and to at the end of the day bring everybody together. So we're like, wow, we have this system now that these tasks that happen every week or every day or every hour or whatever it is, we don't have to think about it so much. Everybody on the team can now just say, yep, okay, I just got a reminder. Bob finished this, so I've got to do this. Or it is automatically doing it for you, where it's sending out reminders or thank yous or review requests or whatever it is to your clients. Where in the past, you have to do so many of those things manually. Whereas now with connectors and different things like that, you can literally have these things on autopilot, still trying to keep human in the loop whenever needed, but saving time.
Absolutely. That's a great reminder. And you also mentioned regarding the software and stuff, things that they would have to do, business owners had to manually be involved. Now, when you have a connector, or look at those systems to see what AI they have automatically built in. So that's another thing to take some time out and just, or ask one of your current team members that may be in charge of your accounting or CRM or your project management system. Ask them what AI advancements have been made in those tools, because you might be pleasantly surprised that it's even easier than you thought to put those reminders of their upcoming, appointment slots or how the project's coming along.
Yep, that's exactly right. So many of the tools out there of the trade, so to speak, are keeping up with the AI implementations and advancements tool. All these things are baked in now. And again, where you can connect more than one software together to say, oh, wow, okay, this is saving us time. That's already built in. All I gotta do is connect these two and make sure I've got the right information in there and away we go. So, I mean, literally, the whole goal of today's episode is to remind you that AI is great as a tool for individuals, but see what you can do with bringing your team together, helping them understand what's possible. Bring in somebody else like Laura or myself if you don't know how to do those things, and then take it to the next level to save everybody time. So, with that, Laura, is there any closing comments before we wrap up?
No, a home run, because as you have provided several nuggets that would move any business owner forward throughout this episode. I'm sure they've been all taking notes or maybe using their own way to transcribe. But I know you have it in your show notes too as to these tips. So great job, Brad.
Thank you. And by all means, just go out there and implement. If you need help, let us know, and we'll wrap up today's episode of America's Best Shop. We'll see you next time, guys.